Hello everyone, today I'm here, I got Mike Schwarz with us, and I've got Rich Hensel. Mike, tell us a little bit about the restaurants that you oversee.
How you doing today? Yeah, me and Rich are business partners in this operation, Fishlips Waterfront Bar Grill. Been here about 15 years. Things are going well. We've also expanded to where I own a portion of 4th Street filling station down at Cocoa Beach.
All right, and Rich, tell us what you oversee.
Well, Fishlips Waterfront Bar Grill, it's our bread and butter, and we've been here for about almost 16 years now. I do have Rise and Tide Tap and Table located in the port, and unfortunately I have a Junkanoo Island Kitchen and Rum Bar, which is sitting vacant right now because I can't find any employees.
So we're going to bring that up. What prompted this interview today is you have a unique set of circumstances right now. You're going through some trials and tribulations that I don't think was ever in your purview when you were putting the restaurant business together. Tell us a little bit about right now what the market economy is like with the restaurants now that we're almost reopened.
Well, at the end of the day, I've been running the restaurants now for over 40 years, and the state of affairs right now is the world's waking back up. People are going back to work. People are going back out to eat. People are going out to, theme parks, flying. We're praying real quick that the cruise ships will get rolling here pretty soon. But when I said people are going back to work, people are not going back to work. I would say prior to COVID, we'd have 10 to 15 people a week walking through our doors looking for employment. And in that 15 years, we never had an employee shortage. When we closed from COVID in March of last year, we had over 160 employees, all of which we paid through our PPP distribution to help get through the COVID situation. But as of now, people have stopped walking in our doors. We do have a core group of employees that help us run our business right now, but there's no one, and I mean literally no one, walking through the doors looking for work. Many restaurants in Brevard County have started closing 1 to 2 days a week, and it's a struggle. Business owners are washing dishes, cooking, and waiting on tables, only because the employee shortage of people not applying. It's not that there's no people. It's not like the restaurant hotel industry is all of a sudden too many jobs. There is literally people sitting at home collecting unemployment and waiting for that to end, which won't be until September.
Now, when you talk about the influx of the lack of, I should say, interest in the jobs, you as an employer have incentivized a lot of this. Can you talk a little bit about what incentives you have in place to get employees in?
Yeah, I think we're protecting our brand and our core, and of course, not only our guests, but our employees who make everything who we are. We incentivize them. We've offered bonus programs. We're paying a little bit more per wage. We're making sure they're getting the schedules they need. Unfortunately, they're working 5, 6, 7 days a week at times because that's how short we are. But we're also, we're trying to do what's best for our staff first. A lot of people get burned out. We had an amazing spring break here. Everyone coming back, everyone traveling again, and we were blessed to have the business we did during that time. When it comes down to, Mike made a good point, with people not wanting to work. I would say, honestly, nationwide, we have over maybe 25, if not higher percent of people in the hospitality industry are just found other work. They're not coming back to this business. And we're just hoping we get, the students, we get the college kids and all that are coming back. Hopefully they're applying. They want to get that income in for their schooling and for for their families. But we're all hiring in this Brevard County. Port Canaveral is open. Businesses here are trying to thrive, but we're very limited.
A lot of retailers have faced the challenge of getting restock and getting their merchandise flowing. It's an unfortunate circumstance in the United States. We are so reliant on China. So when that was halted, you saw a lot of empty shelves. As a restaurant, are you facing any other additional challenges in your supply lines?
Oh yeah, we definitely have. When the world shut down, regardless of the relationship with China, in March of last year, the world shut down. It wasn't just Brevard County, it wasn't just the state of Florida. And not only did production stop on a lot of the, like you said, the retail items, but food production. And some of the things we're having happen now is there are slaughtering animals that are 3 to 6 months older than they were supposed to be when they were being slaughtered because they fell so far behind. I mean, just envision that at the meat plant, there's 3 million cows ready to be slaughtered with 3 million cows ready to be slaughtered next week. They're just lined up, ready to go. And the problem with now is also the industries that do that can't keep up because they can't get staff. In other words, they went through the whole COVID mess also. Their employees are getting paid unemployment. Their employees are getting the stimulus checks. And I'm not against that. I just think that it's getting to a point where the people have to go ahead and come back to work and get back to being normal, because that's what's going to really end some of this crisis, especially with the government. The government's going to run out of money sooner or later.
Now, you guys run restaurants that are more just than the sit down, dine, and dash. You also offer that entertainment value as well. You're one of the go-to destinations now with the port. When you have the entertainment value added to that, what expectations have you tried to curb with the clientele base?
Well, I don't know if we're trying to curb the clientele base. You know, we were opening at 50% occupancy, you know, then 75, and now we're trying to get back to normal. We still offer some social distancing in the area, but not the whole restaurant because it's not conducive anymore. I will, if you look at, you know, entertainment as a whole, whether it be live music, whether I'll be putting on a product, having the viability, we don't have dancing here. You know, back in the day we did. But there's a few things that we have changed our brand, that we had to become not just a social place. You're not going to have that huge bar and the sports, you know, with, you know, 75 people squeezed in an area watching TV. So we had to do things a little bit different. So we did what we had to stretch things out, make things more accommodating, and you know, we're blessed with the locals that we have in Brevard County and the tourism that we are getting. But it's hand in hand. It's on how you have to operate your business.
We're going to shift into a little bit of a sales mode for each one of you and give you an opportunity to reach out to the audience and let us know what exactly are you looking for right now position-wise, and what incentives you are offering to get them through the door, because I'm sure somebody somewhere is sitting at home scratching their head just wondering, hey, what's really out there right now? And also to reiterate that, now's a great time to get in, because when people start hitting that job market, you're already going to be a tenured employee, so that's something to consider as well.
Well, the things that we're doing right now isn't signing bonuses, but we're putting 90-day packages together for the people who've been with us, and not to quote a number, but we're talking over, you know, a four-figure number that the employees working now that have been with us this whole time, come August 31st, is going to get a bonus. And as people come in, there will be a 90-day bonus structure for them. Paying people to come back to work isn't the answer. We are paying our employees a bonus if they get someone to come in that stays 90 days. The whole thing is, if we get to a point where we got to pay people to come to work, we're in trouble. I mean, that's bigger trouble than it's going to be. And I'm hearing of some of our competitors, we're our neighbors and friends as well, are saying, hey, you know, you bring me someone from that place, I'll give you $500. And that's just going to create a hostile work environment and recruiting environment that could be as simple as, you know what, let's curb the unemployment, let's make the people on the unemployment be responsible to show the state and the government that they're trying to get back to work, and let's get back to work. I mean, the businesses are going to go under if they have to start spending thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to try to get employees.
I mean, the long term doesn't, it's not a short term fix nor a long term fix. When it comes down to it, you know, you work with, you know, we're a community, and when we start doing that, we're going to end up something like these, unfortunately, big city areas where look at their demise. So that's not who we are. That's not how me and Mike want to operate our businesses. We're just trying to stay it. And what you're seeing is businesses are downsizing. You won't see me and Mike do all these, you know, huge events and put all this money into stuff like we used to. We're going to have to take tables out, or instead of, you know, being busy on we're on a 2-hour wait, which we're never on a 2-hour wait. We don't need to be, but unfortunately, I don't have the staff. We're not opening for lunches at some restaurants. We're making those sacrifices now that's going to eventually hurt our pocket and our investors, and it's the reason why we're in business. Why be in business if I have to work so hard and I have to pay employees not only to work, but I have to incentivize them to even come to work. So we're rewarding people that are not the right fit for your restaurant anyway. So it's going to be a big problem, and guess what? Unfortunately, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
And one of the things that we did here is, you know, we didn't 100% have to, but we chose to close at Sundays at 3 o'clock. And yeah, is that an impact on my sales and on my bottom line? To a degree, but the impact on my employee morale is tremendous. Yeah, I can close on Monday, but who wants Monday off? And at the same time, half my staff is already off Monday. So if I have to choose to close certain hours or a certain time of day, I'd rather pick a day that means something to my managers, means something to my employees, and they get to go out and enjoy another half day off on a Sunday, which is a prime day. So it's sad that we have to do that, and we're hoping it's a temporary situation, but it's all about employee morale. You know, we want people to want to work here, not think that if they give me more money, I'll stay here.
Yeah, and they're getting a rest. You know, quality of life is definitely changed in this area.
Now, you just brought up a minute ago events. Now, next month, you are primary event hosts and coordinators for the upcoming boat show, which over the last number of years has really proved to be extremely popular. What hoops have you had to implement to kind of get to that next level if there's an employee shortage and you already have that foresight of that coming?
Absolutely, and that's Thunder on the Beach, which is the offshore boat races located in Port Canaveral and Cocoa Beach, which we're excited to bring it back. Unfortunately, it's been canceled for a year, so we are the first race of the season. We are finding all the COVID protocols. We're working well with the Port of Canaveral, the Port Authority, as well as Cocoa Beach and all our leaders and businesses. And we're going to bring something here that, just like we did with the air show, that people can enjoy. It's an outside event. Come to Brevard County, get a hotel, come watch these races, from jet ski races on Saturday to over 60 boats racing on Sunday. It is a great family event. It needs to start. We need to start opening up and doing these things again.
Okay, so in closing, just go ahead and let them know who they can reach out to for any positions that you have open. Go ahead and share the website, phone numbers, whatever you have, and we're going to get responses, and we're going to have them apply for these great paying jobs, and hopefully we're going to get things back to normal. Not to mention kind of that semi-VIP treatment you get for an event like the boat show. You know, there's an incentive in itself.
Yep. Well, we're looking for all positions: host, bussers, servers. One thing we've never done is not hired. In other words, whenever the proper applicant came in with the proper qualifications, we've put them to work whether we needed them or not. Unfortunately, now we're in a position we need all positions. The kitchen is one of the hardest to fill right now because in the end of the day, I think some of those unemployment benefits are exceeding what some of these guys used to make, but not anymore. I mean, I can tell you right now that the amount of money we're paying our cooks to come to work, dishwashers, I mean, I'm gonna say it, no one's starting below $12 an hour in the kitchen, and then some. Only because the economy's changing, the face of the workplace is changing. We're gonna start working towards the $15 minimum wage sooner than later. The only place we're gonna get hurt with that impact is with the wait staff. But at the end of the day, guys, come on in, fill out an application in person, 610 Glen Cheek Drive, Port Canaveral.
And I absolutely saying with Mike, you know, please come by and see us. Don't be afraid. Call the restaurant, set up an interview, come see us. Just don't, you know, you actually have to come in and talk to a manager. Not only Fishlips, Rise and Tide, Junk Canoe, 4th Street, all these are local restaurants located in Cocoa Beach, Port Canaveral, and we have openings. Mike said the positions, we're hiring the exact same. There's some incentives, there's some opportunity for you to grow in culinary skills, whether it be the cooking, the bartending, serving, food running, all these entry level. And so if you're a senior graduating, college kid coming back, you know, parents, get on your kids and get them to work.
We'll hire your parents too, which we already have.
Well, there you have it, the resurrection of Brevard in full swing. Mike, Rich, thank you for joining me today. Hopefully we'll get those positions filled for you sooner than later, and we can get these events back. But thank you for joining us.
What you do for the community. Thank you.
Thank you
for having us and putting this on the radar, because it's past due.
You're not the only ones in the boat.
Yeah.
I can tell you, the retailers in Brevard are feeling it. A hospitality industry in particular. But the leadership we have in our state, I think, is doing a good job, particularly here in Brevard County.
Absolutely.
And you're seeing that with the upcoming launch and the way that's being handled with safety protocols can mesh with common sense and the economy. I mean, that's basically what we've proved. But gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. I'm Ron Lighthall with the Space Coast Daily TV. Join us and look for those links on the bottom, and we'll get you out here and we'll get you employed.